Audio Jungle.
3 alleged members of Ant Sports Gang in Westmoreland killed in police operation. 3 alleged members of the Ant Sports Gang were shot and killed during a confrontation with the police in Grangeville, Westmoreland on Wednesday morning, the Jamaica Constabulary Force stated. It said the incident took place on Mint Road, Cowders, during a pre-dawn targeted operation by a police team executing a search warrant. It said as the police approached the premises, they came under heavy gunfire from armed men. The officers returned fire, and after the gunfire subsided, 3 men were found with gunshot wounds, pronounced dead at the Savannah Lamar Hospital in the parish. 1 9mm Taurus G2C pistol and 1 Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with a magazine affixed containing 6 9mm rounds was seized during the operation, the police noted. A fourth suspect reportedly escaped during the exchange. The police have identified him as St. Joanna Van Home, otherwise called Drug Lord. The deceased men have not been formally identified. Investigators believe they were key members of the Ant Sports Gang, which they say have been linked to serious crimes in the parish. Taxi operator shot by a gunman posing as passengers in Spanish Town. A taxi operator was on Tuesday night shot in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, by a gunman posing as passengers. It is reported that about 8:45 p.m., the taxi operator was traveling along Fairfield Road when he was stopped by 2 men requesting transportation to Spanish Town. After entering the vehicle, the men instead demanded to be taken to Red Pond. When the driver refused, both men brandished firearms. In response, the taxi operator switched off the vehicle and jumped out in a bid to escape. The assailants chased the driver and fired several shots at him, hitting him in the arm. After evading his attackers, the injured driver managed to return to his vehicle and drove himself to Spanish Town Hospital, where he was admitted. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigations Branch has launched a probe into the matter. PIOJ says Jamaica is not in a recession. The Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ, has declared that Jamaica is not in a recession. PIOJ Director General Dr. Wayne Henry commented on the matter at a press conference. He took note of comments from some sections of society, including the opposition People's National Party, about Jamaica being in a recession. Dr. Henry explained that there are 3 criteria for determining an economic recession. He said Jamaica only met one. He pointed to the unemployment rate as being indicative of growth despite a contraction. Dr. Henry stated that an open assessment of the country's economy, the PIOJ concluded that while there is a downturn in economic output, it's not a recession.
Notably, 3 criteria are usually used to assess whether or not an economy is in recession. These are 1, depth, 2, diffusion, and 3, duration. That is, how long is the decline in the macroeconomic indicators. Looking at GDP, the most widely used economic indicator, the official data from the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, STATIN, shows a decline in seasonally adjusted real value added at constant prices, quarter on quarter, in the April to June and July to September 2024 quarters. This suggests that the Jamaican economy satisfied one of the criteria for a recession. There are some industries which have reported a contraction, and operators within these industries would be experiencing challenges. The primary reasons for these quarterly contractions were the shocks to the economy as a result of Hurricane Beryl in July 2024 and the subsequent hydrological events, including Tropical Storm Raphael in November 2024. Given the nature of these shocks, it is likely that the impact will be temporary and will be reversed in the near term. Examining the other official data from Statin on Jamaica's unemployment rate, another widely used economic indicator of a recession, we get a different picture. The unemployment rate for October 2024 is 3.5%, and employers have also lamented challenges and shortages in filling some vacant positions. This suggests that despite the temporary contraction in output, the labor market continues to remain robust and may be considered a lead indicator of a return to growth in the short term. It is therefore the PIOJ's assessment that the Jamaican economy, though facing a downturn in economic output, is not in a recession. However, there remain significant challenges due to hydrological shocks, reflected largely in the fallout in tourism, electricity and water supply, and agriculture, forestry, and fishing. Based on the most recent data and information available, the PIOJ is projecting that the economy will return to positive output performance, that is growth, in the January to March 2025 quarter.
No new taxes, stated Holness. No new taxes will be introduced to finance the $1.26 trillion budget for fiscal year 2025-2026, according to Prime Minister Andrew Holness. He made the announcement at the groundbreaking ceremony for the over 950-room expansion of Grand Palladium Resort in Hanover on Tuesday. The move marks the 8th consecutive year in which the government has not introduced new taxes. By maintaining a policy of no new taxes, Holness said the government aims to foster an environment conducive to investment and growth, reassuring the Jamaican people that their financial burdens will not increase. He noted that it also reaffirmed the administration's fiscal prudence and economic stability. We have achieved a balance of payment surplus on our current account for the past 2 fiscal years. We have not done or seen that in 57 years, Holness declared. He also pointed to the net international revenues, NIR, which have reached an unprecedented US $5.6 billion, representing a significant cushion for the economy and reflecting the government's commitment to sound financial management. Further, highlighting the strength of the economy, the Prime Minister noted that the country recorded 12 consecutive quarters of economic growth following COVID-19 pandemic. He acknowledged that the challenges posed by natural disasters, including Hurricane Beryl and Tropical Storm Rafael, which impacted growth over the last 2 quarters, but expressed confidence that the country will return to a growth trajectory, citing signs of recovery in both business and consumer confidence. The index of business confidence showed an increase of 12.9% in the 4th quarter of 2024 and a 7.3% year-on-year increase, the highest level of recorded business confidence since the 2nd quarter of 2019. Consumer confidence also rose by 4% over the previous quarter. Holness reiterates the government's commitment to transparency and accountability in managing the nation's finances. He urged citizens to remain optimistic, emphasizing that the current trajectory is a reflection of collective efforts and resilience. 2 charged with gun offenses over attack on Trelawney homeowner. 2 men who allegedly attempted to enter a man's house in Clarkstown have been charged with several offenses, including damaging a building with intent to commit murder. They are Denton Edwards, 35, otherwise known as Big Dreams and Bigger, of Mackhill District, and Ian Ferguson, 21, also known as Supermage and Shotgun, of Panisust in Trelawney. The other charges are possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and use of a firearm to commit a felony. According to reports from the Falmouth Police, the incident occurred at approximately 1:30 a.m. on February 11. It's reported that the man was at home in the Mackhill district when he heard strange noises at his front door and bedroom window. Upon checking, he allegedly saw Edwards and Ferguson, who were armed with handguns, walking around the side of the house. Shortly after, the man reportedly heard explosions. The man fled to another part of the house to avoid injury and immediately contacted the police, a statement noted. Edwards and Ferguson were later arrested. The motive was not stated. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.